everybody, and welcome to the Spiritual Handyman Internet TV show. My name is Jason Angelek, and I am your host, and we are putting spiritual tools into the hands of the people that need them. Today, we are talking with author and angelic channel and reader, also a fabulous healer named Brenda Hardwick, and she is going to be talking to us today about angels and how we connect and recognize and how we can bring them into our daily life and what that means and why it matters. Reminding everybody out there that you can catch the Spiritual Handyman every Thursday on YouTube at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. A new episode is released, so please take an opportunity to check it out every Thursday. Like, subscribe, join, be a part of the community. Get yourself involved. Please leave comments and feedback. We always love to hear from you guys. So help build the channel and the community and the information, getting it out there as far as possible. You can also catch us on Facebook and Instagram, and of course at thespiritualhandyman.com. If you prefer to listen to the audio version, we are on Podbean, and you can also go to thespiritualhandyman.com and click the audio link and listen to us. That way, if you prefer. If you are interested in being a guest or a sponsor for the show, at thespiritualhandyman.com, there are links to donate, to get involved, or to fill out the form and contact me about being a guest. So feel free to reach out through those channels. So today we are talking about angels. This is an exciting subject, something that is very near and dear to me, and that has been an integrated part of my spiritual journey. So I know it's relevant to so many people out there. So if you will, please, Brenda, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your angel story.
Thank you, Jason. I am Brenda Hardwick, and I have been able to see angels ever since I was a kid. And, you know, as a child, they appeared to me as other children. They were my playmates. I had my imaginary friend was an angel, and her name was Yippee. And she came in when I was about 6 and left at about 12. And the reason she showed up was because at 6 was the first time I was baptized, and I got baptized because my best friend got baptized, and the Reverend was speaking to us and said something about a bride of Christ and what that meant, and scared me to death. And I was just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not having nothing to do with that. I was 6. And my angels, who I could see, all stepped back and said, okay. And they folded their hands, and then Yippee showed up. And I don't remember how that happened, but she did. When I was around 12, she said to me one day, I have to go to New York, and you don't need me anymore. You have all of these guys back here, so I have to go to New York. And I said, okay, bye, Yippee, and she was gone. I was always amazed because as an adult, when I talked to my parents, both of them remembered her name, which I find very fascinating. But anyway, as an adult, I do not see people with wings, and I really never have. I see energy signatures, and sometimes their colors will come through, and I know who they are. And I see everyone's angels. I see all of them. I see Jason's are here. I know mine are here. But we kind of have a deal. They don't all talk to me because I would be nuts hearing all those voices. Mine talk to me all the time, but them I'm used to. Everyone else's, when I have permission, then they will talk. Otherwise, they're all saying, they all have something to say because they all want to share with us. All of your angels want to share with you. They want you to know things. And they will say, tell her that, tell him this. And I was like, yeah, that's too much. I can't do that. So we have a deal. Only when I have the person's permission do the angels speak with me. But I do see them all. And they put on a show for me, which is kind of interesting. And I always wondered why, you know, when I tell someone that my Archangel Michael is one of their archangels for the day, he swishes his sword, and I was like, I'm the only one that sees that. Why do you do that? And it's like, well, because for you tell them that you're seeing. Oh, okay, all right. So angels do have a great sense of humor, and they think we're very funny. So I am attuned to the Seraphim angels. They are the high angels. There are 9 choirs, or if you put it in human org chart terms, there are 9 boxes and 3 levels. The Seraphim are on the top level. They praise continuously. The cherubs are up there with them. They guard the way to the tree of life. The one cherub we all know is Cupid. There are many others. The ones on the level closest to us, the guardians and the archangels, everyone has at least one guardian angel. And the archangels come in and are with you for the day, depending on what you need. I know that I have a couple of angels. I have one that's with me all the time, a primary guardian who is connected from past lives. Guardians tend to be angels that knew you or knew of you coming into the world before you were born, and when they were living, and they chose to serve you. Yes, they choose. They may have directives for what to help you with on your journey, on your travels through life, but they choose to serve you. I had someone ask me once why they choose me, and that was met with lots of giggles. And they said, because we knew you would need us. And that's as simple as it is. I've had people say, well, I don't believe in God, and I'm atheist. And I said, that's okay. You still have angels, because they don't care about what your belief is. Eventually, someday, one day, everybody calls on them. Everybody calls out for help. Everybody. Most of the time it's in dire straits, the car's coming at you and you can't move, and you realize there's nothing you can do, and you say, please, somebody help me, and they move in. But they'd really like us to call on them for more mundane things, and not always for just to rescue from those life-threatening situations. But they will do that. The angels, they have no agenda. They serve us. Their joy is in seeing us enjoy. They're happy when we're happy. And when we're not happy, they want to help. Because, being human, we tend to do everything the hard way, and they can help make it easier. But the key to all of that is that we have to ask. Creator gave us free will. You don't ask, they can't help. It's amazing for me to be in a room where I can see all the angels for everyone in a room, like at a conference, and all of them are standing with their hands folded because no one's asking for their help. That makes me sad, because it means that they're just waiting. And that's one of my slogans, your angels are waiting, because they are. You need to ask.
so thank you for taking us on that journey and providing all that information. A question that comes up for me, and I'm sure it does for other people as well, is how do you recognize your angels? I know we can just ask, right? Does that work?
Yes.
Can we just ask for help?
Yes.
Can we just ask for other stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
You can ask for anything.
so how do we do that?
Well, it's just like we're talking here. You can just ask. And I encourage you to ask out loud, because words have power. The angels will answer depending on whether your request interferes with your karmic journey, whether if you're asking to hurt or harm yourself or someone else, they're not going to help with that. No. If what you're asking, and in most things that we ask for, there is still a case of divine order. So A may have to happen before B happens, before C happens, before D. What you ask for can happen. So You know, most of us want it to be instant now. You know, that's the human thing. It has to be now. It's not going to be that way because there's always other things that have to occur first. They also are going to answer to your best and highest good. I'll give you an example. Say you need a new car, and what you really need is good transportation that's going to get you where you need to go, that's not going to have a lot of maintenance, that's going to be good on gas, and is comfortable. That's what you need. But what you ask for is a red drop-top Corvette with spinner wheels and a stereo that's got a bass boost in the back. Okay. Now, if you think about what you need and you think about what you wanted, if you pushed what you wanted, you might get that red drop-top Corvette with the spinner wheels and the boom box, but it's going to be in the shop once a week because something's wrong with it. Gas mileage is going to be horrific, and it's not going to be very comfortable because they're usually just not. If you ask for what you need or you leave it open, okay, I need angels, I need a car, I need to have transportation, I need reliable. I would love it if it was red. That would make me happy. But what's important is that it's not going to cost me a lot in maintenance and insurance, and the gas mileage is going to be good. They will do the best to meet your highest and greatest good. But you can push for the red drop top and they'll get it to you, but it may not be exactly what you wish for because of all the stuff that comes with it. So you have to be careful how you ask. Being human, we don't always do that. You know, that saying, be careful what you wish for because you might get it, is really true. The angels think we're funny. And one of the things that I hear often, and I know other healers have heard it, is, silly humans, you really want this? Okay. And then you get it and realize that that's not exactly what you needed. And you have to back up and start all over. The angels want us to call on them. And you can look at any religion, and now I use that word with the quotes because religion is man-made. Your spirituality and how you connect with the Creator is different. It's completely different than religion. But religion is a vehicle to get there. All of the religions have angels in them. They're not always called angels. It's not always that word, but they are all in there. They don't care if we call them by name. You can know their names. The archangels, the one I call the Trinity, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, because almost everybody knows who they are. You can call them by name. Knowing who my primary guardian angel is, I just say, okay, angels, I need blah, 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 and they will answer. How do they answer? Okay.
Oh, good. You're doing the interview now. Good. I can just watch and listen. That's great. Thanks for making this really easy.
You're funny. The angels will, first of all, they'll let you know they heard them. And they use whatever gets your attention. They throw feathers. That's one they use with me because I always notice feathers. They will throw coins. They love shiny dimes and pennies. So if you're finding a lot of dimes or pennies, maybe they're trying to get your attention. They will use color. If someone calls your name, Brenda, you turn your head, and as you turn, you see a flash of light, a color. It can be white or gold or pink or blue. It depends on you and which archangels are with you that day as to what color you'll see. If it gets your attention, they'll do it again. Sometimes they'll play bells. You ever hear bells and you're wondering, is that someone's phone? Or are there chimes in here? If it gets your attention, they'll do it again. Angel numbers, the numbers you see in succession, 222, 333. I had someone say, you know, I've been waking up at 3:33 every day, and today's the third day, and it's the third of the month. Hello, do you think maybe they're yelling at you? Yeah. When you see the numbers over and over again, they're trying to get your attention. They want to let you know they hear you. They want to let you know they can help you, but you have to ask. Most of us don't ask. I had someone sit with me and say, well, I talk to my angels all the time. I tell them I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to... And I said, excuse me, that's awesome. You talk to your angels, and they know you're there. But I didn't hear you say you ask for anything. Oh, I guess I don't ask. You have to ask. Most of us, about the age of 2, we're told, you can do it. You don't need no help. And that's in there, and it's deep. To overcome that takes some work. So don't beat yourself up for being human. They know we're human, and they love us anyway. Hallelujah. How do you ask? You just ask. Anytime. Say the words. You can just think them. They hear you. They know your heart. They know what you need. They know what you want. If you direct your thought to them, they're going to get it. The words, like I say, have power. I talk to my angels in the car while I'm driving. I ask them first, okay, angels, get me where I'm going safely, and then get me back home. And then I'll just talk. And I say, you know, I know we're doing this, and I'm doing, but I need you to tell me this, and I need you. Yeah, it's a whole conversation, very one-sided, because they don't speak to us like we do. If you're trying to hear your angels with your ears, it doesn't work. You have to remember, they are not physical. They don't have vocal cords. They don't have ears. They're not the same as us. So how they're going to contact you is going to be different. The thought may pop in your head. You might see something and go, whoa, what does that mean? Sometimes when those flashes of light happen, or when the numbers show up in weird places like license plates or on billboards, take a mental picture of where you saw it and then stop, not in traffic, but when you get wherever you're going, and go back over the picture. What were you supposed to see in there? What was it that you were supposed to get? And if you don't understand and you don't get it, then ask them, what was I supposed to see there? What were you trying to show me? They will let you know. How do you know when you're hearing from your angels? You will feel it. You'll feel it in your heart space. That's a yes. That's a we're with you. That's a we're got you. You feel something in your gut, you get that, okay. That's a no or a maybe there's a better way. It doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't go that direction or make that choice, but it does mean that that's the harder of the two. And we always take the hard way, which just amuses them highly. We're not as funny when we're going with the flow as when we're going against it.
So I took a lot out of that share. Thank you so much for really covering a lot of the bases and asking the questions and answering them. That makes my job so easy. But what I came to, interestingly, is there's like 3 A's with the angels: awareness, acknowledgement,
Yes,
and ask.
yes.
And I preach that as I think almost as much as you do. You gotta ask. You gotta open that channel, because your guides, your angels, your whatever energies are only contracted to a point. If you are in dire straits, you are in need of immediate assistance, and you may die, then they can intervene, especially if it's not, your time, or however you want to take the view on that.
Yes.
But the other parts are where you've got to say, hey, I want to have you in my life, and I want you to be involved, and here's my question, here's this, here's that. And I have found that you can just just ask specifically, or you can just ask in general.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the more that I have connected with them, the more I've come to recognize different energy signatures.
Yes.
Is that a real thing?
Yes. Yes. They each have their own signature. And when I see them, that's what I see, is their energy signatures. I can always tell when there's more than one in the room. Sometimes when I'm doing a reading for a person, I'll say, the guardian angels, they're with you all the time. From the point they attach, they're always there. The archangels, they come and go depending on how you need them. And sometimes you'll have an archangel like Michael, who's mostly with you all the time. But today, because where you're at, you're pretty safe and you're not going to be running into anything that's going to be a threat, they won't be there. And when you're sitting with me, they'll he'll stick his head out from behind a curtain and say, I'm usually here. Today she doesn't need me. I'm not here. Okay. And that's what I tell the client, because I think that's hilarious. But they respond to everything that we do and how we do it. And when you ask, it is so amazing, because it gives them the permission to do whatever they can to help you. And when I do a reading, there's nothing more gratifying for me than to tell the person, they want you to ask. And then when it comes to the point where they pull a few cards from the second deck I use, and the first card that comes off is ask, it just tickles me, because it's like, remember I said, well, they're saying it too. So they want to reiterate, because most of us just don't. And then if we do ask, we don't listen. How many times have you heard or known or seen or had a feeling about something and ignored it? That's the messages that you're getting. When you ignore it, the angels go, they fold their hands again, and they'll shake their heads and say, okay, we'll just wait, because they tried to get it to you. I remember sitting at a light. I was on my way to teach a class. And this was before I had fully embraced what I'm supposed to be doing with my gifts. I've always had them. Things have happened through my whole life that I knew the angels were with me. I was sitting at a light and I was angry and I was yelling at God. I was yelling. And it was off ramp from highway. And I sat there through 3 lights. 3. And which is really unheard of, because it was off ramp from a highway and nobody pulled up behind me. And I was crying and, tears and yelling. And all of a sudden, this huge feather, it was this big. So it had to be an eagle or a falcon. And it floated down in front of my car. And I was like, okay, you heard me. All right, all right. And I looked at my watch and realized I had 5 minutes to get to my class, and I had to get it set up, and I had to wipe the tears away, and my eyes were puffy and red. And I was like, okay, you guys have to help me because I look like hell. You need to make this so that it goes. Got to the class. I got it set up. I went through the class. I told my jokes and even laughed at them. I had Visine in my purse, so my eyes were okay. And then afterward, I just sat in the parking lot for a while, because, they answered. They let me know that they heard everything I said. The Creator sent an answer. And I was yelling at him, and I was angry, and I was hurt and in pain. And he still sent me a message. I was able to see it and get it. How many of you would have recognized that feather floating in front of your car after going through 3 light changes and no traffic behind you was a message from them? Most of the time we just miss it. And then something happens and we figure it out. Pay attention to what's going on around you, because your angels are always trying to talk to you. They're always trying to get your attention.
That was a really powerful story. I definitely connect with you on the feathers. That is something I always notice, and I always take that marker. And it's just like you said, around the details of a situation. When you get some kind of reminder like that, where were you? What were you doing? What time of day? What was on the radio? You know, who was with you? What were you talking or thinking about? Those are really powerful pieces of the awareness.
Yes.
Right? So thank you for sharing that. So you do a lot of different things. I know you teach, you're a reader, you do healing sessions, you do all this stuff. So how do people find you, Brenda?
Okay. So I have an office. My healing space is over at the St. Andrew's Healing Arts Center in Arvada, 6774 West 66th Avenue. And I'm there Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. And I am here at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts on Wednesdays, and I am the Wednesday reader. So here at DYSG, I only do readings. So if you want a healing session, then you got to get me at the Healing Arts Center. That's where my office is. I have a website. It's called The Light of Nature, and my meetup is also The Light of Nature. And I had somebody ask me once, why The Light of Nature? And it's because the light is part of nature. The light makes everything grow, and everybody has a light to shine. It's just that most of us stick it in a closet and forget where we put it. I can help you find it, bring it out, and shine your light. And that's what I do. I have a fair this weekend. I'm working at the Journeys for Conscious Living Fair in Broomfield. And I'm going to be at the Body, Mind, Spirit Fair in March. And that's the Denver Fair. I'll be at the Colorado Springs Body, Mind, Spirit Fair in April. And there are several other fairs that I'm participating in. So if you want to come and taste the Seraphic energy, these are your opportunities to do that. All of the fairs are listed on my website, thelightofnature.com. Again, my meetup is the same name, The Light of Nature, and everything is listed there. You can register and attend or just show up. I have a meetup that's once a month. It's called the Angel Power Hour. It's the last Monday or the fourth Monday of every month. And that's held at the Healing Arts Center, 7 p.m. You can come, and in a group setting, I tell you who your angels are. The angels will tell me who needs to say what, and I will send a wave depending on what the group needs, and there's some discussion. So it's a good way to get a feel for the angelic energy and ask some questions. And your angels will come in with you because I invite everyone to come in the room. I do laughter yoga, or I call it Laughing Your Life Healthy at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts on the second Saturday every month at 3 p.m. because laughing is good for you and everybody should laugh. It helps raise your vibration. So come and see me for that. I have in March, I have a Birth of the New Avalon, Canada, the Land of Dreams is Awakening, which is the second Seraphic Wisdom course that I teach. I'm doing that on March 14th. That is also, you can see where the registration is on my website. I will be teaching Love and Faith, the Seraph's Love and Faith, in April. So the Love and Faith is 22 attunements, the Birth of the New Avalon, Canada, the Land of Dreams is Awakening. Yeah, I know, long title, but all the words are important. That one is 45 attunements. You become a practitioner of the Seraphic Wisdom with the Love and Faith course. You become a New Earth Guardian with the New Avalon course. I also have some coursework that's going to be up on the Institute for Integrated Energetics platform. It's a learning platform that is launching in March. My class is just going to start off with Angels 101. There will be an Angels 102, and the Seraphic Wisdom courses will also be offered through there. So there's a lot going on. I'm in a lot of places. I'm also an author, so I'm working on books too. I'm beauty.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And thank you, Brenda, so much for taking the time to share your journey with the angels and how you connect and how we can recognize them in our daily lives and make that connection for ourselves and maintain it. So that there's lots of juicy stuff there to get people started and keep them going for a long time. So again, thank you for showing up and taking time out of your very busy schedule to participate.
You're very welcome. And remember, everybody, just ask.
And thanks everybody for watching and or listening to the Spiritual Handyman Internet TV show. And all the information that Brenda has provided, her website, her meetups, and all of the goodies will be available to you in the description. So if you want to reach out to her or find out her schedule and where she'll be appearing, those links will be available to you. Please take the time to subscribe, like, share, comment, and participate in the community. It takes all of us to spread the spiritual tools and put them in the hands of the people that need them. So please get involved and take part in the Spiritual Handyman. You can see us at the spiritualhandyman.com, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and of course on YouTube. And we hope that you will share these tools that you've learned, that you're applying already in your life with others, and we will see you in the next episode.
The Spiritual Handyman, bringing spiritual tools to the hands of the people who need them. Sponsored by the Eagle Heart Foundation. The Eagle Heart Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that brings charitable contributions and educational enhancements to the people. So how can you be a part of the Spiritual Handyman and the Eagle Heart Foundation? The Triple Win Situation. This book was written by Granddaughter Crow, and half of the proceeds go to the Eagle Heart Foundation, which in turn sponsors the Spiritual Handyman. How to get it one? It's on Amazon and Kindle for only $9.99. So we are here to bring tools to you. Thank you so much, Spiritual Handyman. We believe in what you do.